Morning, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of The Board State. This is episode 36. Wow, we did 36 of these. Fantastic. We are a podcast, YouTube service, and streaming service that showcases game design for social good. My name is Jeffrey Vieira, often called Mr. V to the lads, and I am joined with...
Ciao, Jack.
You sound a little tired there. Good morning.
Okay, how about this? Ciao, Jack. I'm trying not to wake up my neighbors, okay?
Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. How you doing, Jack?
Pretty good. We decided to take the weekend off. Reason why you may begin this a little bit earlier than expected.
No, there... Shh.
Oh!
Okay, moving on. So what we do in the board state is we look for articles that stood out to us that, again, showcase, some social good in game design, and we try to highlight independent game design. Oftentimes, we will bring up things that are not related to independent game design, but they stood out to us for the week. So we've got 5 articles this week, and the first one's going to be Disco Elysium is getting a TV adaption. What are your thoughts on this article, Jack?
So, honestly, it brings up the concepts of should indie developers seek out newer means of media as if they were AAA game developers. For example, like FNAF has been selling merchandise and also box series and art covers of the game series, but while the game continue to have sequels and other updates.
Mm-hmm.
So this tend to be a straight conversation because I see both sides. I see well you'd not be an indie game developer if you're doing like these Netflix dealings, or if you're buying merchandise. At the same token, I could see where these devs are coming in because most of them are either struggling during the coronavirus or struggling in general because of lack of funds from their general income, which is being an indie game developer. So it makes sense for them to like sell merchandise to boost up sales. So
Got it. Okay.
no matter how you look at it, it's best to see it by case. If the game developer is only doing it because they want more money, then you should start to question that game developer a little bit more. Ask them why are they doing that way? Have they thought of other routes of providing income before doing that route? Or if they're doing it to give to the fans their own way, but at the same time make a profit, then you should try to lean back because these are still indie game developers. They don't have a standard income. They can't really go paycheck to paycheck if they one day their sales just drop. And inevitably, most of these game developers will have to go through that.
Okay. Well, the good news is they're making a TV adaptation of my game of the year last year. Definitely in my top 5 game experience ever. Disco Elysium. The bad news is it's being made by the guys that made the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
You even watch it.
No, so okay, I was gonna say that like I didn't see it, but who knows? I mean, in my opinion, I think this could have been given to, pick your director, right? Because so if those of you who are listening don't know what Disco Elysium is a RPG video game so imagine if Hunter S. Thompson and Philip K. Dick got together and made a game. Like this is what it would be. It's non-combative. It uses conversations as its means of conflict resolution. It's just a brilliant, brilliant, weird, surreal experience. I played it twice from beginning to end. I rarely do that anymore because of time constraints. It's just an awesome game. And yeah, it's definitely made the formatting and the storyline and the way the game kind of pans out. It's perfect for a TV adaptation. But I mean, this should have been given to Alfonso Cuarón or Terry Gilliam or somebody like that to direct. But yeah, so I'm happy it's going to be done. I hope they don't mess it up. Trying to stay positive, but yeah.
I mean, the Sonic movie, if you haven't watched it, was actually a good kids film. So I could see where you're coming from, because that's a kids film, and Disco Elysium is not really meant for kids.
Correct. Yeah.
But
Again, we'll see what the outcome's going to be. I just hope it doesn't have the polish and veneer. Like, it has to be raw, gritty, and mature. So yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I do have to say this though, they do listen to the fandom. Like, for example, Sonic the movie, people was disgusted and horrified when they saw the first trailer.
Yep.
So-
I remember that. Yeah. Okay. So that is Disco Elysium getting TV adaptation. Super awesome on All Gamers, which is hdhyperxgaming.com. All the links are going to be in the show notes below. All right. Next article, which I think is my article of the day. This article brought tears to my eyes, and it is by netguide.co.nz, and it is Kiwi game developers move forward with indigenous gaming platform Katuku Island. Your thoughts on this, Jack?
As game developers, we always want to have a new creative element, or as to bring something to the art form that makes it personal. By them focusing on just the struggles of their community, like how we do, but more in depth, really push them ahead than most game developers, honestly, because now your target audience could associate what you're making and what you're developing and producing for them, and at the same token, others will associate that too. So I'm bringing the culture from New Zealand and Aotearoa, basically from their eyes onto the game, really helps add a new depth into this game, because it allows people to understand new aspects of not just their culture but like gaming in general. How do you put culture in gaming, and how do you implement it in a way where you could actually not only sell a profit but become like, oh, good job, good job.
I was giving you a virtual fist pump from Aiea to Nanakuli. Bam! Word! Yes! Sorry. Virtual fist pumps are important.
Tangent coming in. Oh man, but for reals. And though you may be like, oh, why would you want to focus on culture? Because without culture, you don't really have any roots to go off of. For example, if it wasn't for the Cold War, do you really think we would have games like Call of Duty or Doom? If it wasn't for like,
Shucks.
history always will, or culture will always get into gaming, no matter how much we put it away. The question is, how much as a game developer do you want it to have? Do you want to focus on it, like how we do and how they do, or do you want to go completely out of culture, like how Undertale or Hearts of Iron 4 does?
Yeah.
That's like like I say earlier on, and probably this is going to be the theme, is each game developer is like a case by case and has to decide for themselves.
All right. So, as game designers, we are building the future that we want to see. Okay.
Mhm.
So, if you think about the Jetsons, like there's no black people, right? What happened to all the black people in the future, right? So we need to be very cognizant and careful on representing a culture that we want to see in the future, and it's not just about getting quote unquote demographics into the game, but really building the world that we want to see. So like how just to rephrase what Gandhi said, right? Be the person you want to see in the world. Build the game, build the world that you want to see in your game. Now, this project, like what they're doing here, I hope I pray to all the gods that this just blows up. Like this becomes a milestone and a template for other indigenous and non-indigenous game designers to follow, because they are doing everything correct. The object of the game is to make your way to an uncontaminated place in the world, which is Katuku Island. Along the way, players create an avatar designed to look like Maori warriors with tribal tattoo, design Maori weapons, build tribes, and escaping crumbling cities.
Mhm.
Again, building the future we want to see, right? Game creator, so this is just right from the article. Game creator Dr. Phyllis Callaghan says, "We created Katuku Island to bring cultural literacy to a technological platform that uses Maori toy graphics, sound characters, tribal tattoos, and indigenous challenges." That's what I'm really curious to see too. Indigenous challenges interwoven into the game. As an indigenous researcher and business owner, I wanted to make a difference. I like spit on the laptop. Yeah, so they're this is like they're doing everything correct, and I hope they're
Yeah.
rewarded and for their efforts. It's just a really cool project. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff.
I mean, Net Guide, is it like a national news organization for New Zealand? Or,
It's in New Zealand
I feel like it's a
website.
not.
I don't know. Okay. Consumer technology news for every New Zealander. That's their tag.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it's like a tech news thing.
but
I'm gonna go ahead and
hey,
like them on Facebook.
ga-
All right.
gaining gaining information, like
Okay.
being the front page covers.
So that is by NetGuide, which is New Zealand's consumer technology news for every New Zealander. Kiwi game developers move forward with indigenous gaming platform Katuku Island. Yes. All right. Next article. Another gem. I'm not going to say who picked this one. How we can understand ourselves through games. And this is by blogoup.com by Professor C. Thig Nguyen. Your thoughts on this article, Jack?
Kind of restating the obvious, like how we've been telling you guys over and over this podcast, but also showcasing like how much gaming also has changed overall, has changed in the media
Gotta buy his book.
because of all of these new things, all of these new events, and these horrible tragedies made gaming into now a phoenix that everyone wants to get on, almost like a bandwagon of sorts. And though many of you, it's going to be like, oh, hypocrite or beef you, to be
Love
honest,
that, Jack. Like a
it,
phoenix rising from the ashes of
I will
social distress.
I'd rather have articles like this talking about like all of the positives and just destroying all of the fictitious false narratives that the media has made over the years, then watching Fox News or CNN be like, oh, Does video games kill people? Yes or no? We brought in several expert dudes that doesn't play video games at all. And so, yeah, it's very refreshing. This is from a .com site, so if you're looking for like a more in-depth study or more details, this may not be the article for you, but it does give you the basics on what does gaming could provide for as a game designer and as well as a gamer. And it's a good read nonetheless. Several of the things on here will allow you to, if not you already know it, re-emphasize the point. Like, for example, games are a part of an under-respected and under-theorized category of art. That's a real thing, because everybody wants to be a film director, everybody wants to make big films or TV shows. Not that many people actually remember game developers. Not that many people actually remember them, or even they only remember the big companies like Nintendo, CD Projekt Red, Activision, these guys. Individual game developers tend to get faded away. So, yeah.
What? No. I don't know if I agree with that, but I appreciate the comment.
In the industry.
For non-gamers, definitely, right?
Like, people could remember a film director more easily than a game developer.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing and not really related to the article, but I think in every medium you have that, right? So like in music, for example, you have really popular stuff that everybody knows about, but if you really want to get into the interesting things, then you start looking at, in my opinion, the indie,
right?
And not just like indie rock, but like, you know, who's doing things differently for their own satisfaction over trying to design a sound that would be easily digestible, right? I think it's the same thing with like films, which, you know, we see like a product of Hollywood, right? Trying to make films that appease to a Chinese marketplace, and then of course, you know, the American formula. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. All right, so this article, Jack mentioned it. We pick some articles that we say over and over again. Why do we do that? Because we figure if we keep repeating it, it'll jam into your heads so much that you're just going to tell everybody about it. So this article is, you know, like the title, how do we understand it through games, is looking at player representation in the game, how the player metaphorically interacts with the medium of the game and in the game, and then the metaphor also spills out into the real world, right? And how we encode meaning into everything that we interact with. And it's also kind of like a Carl Jungian shadow of ourselves, how we can project the worst of ourselves into objects, and how we give meaning to things that we interact with. And the same thing can be said about games, like how we approach feedback while we're playing, especially in board games. I think it's more relevant than video games. Video games certainly, but in board games, you have to fill the gap of content and meaning between yourself physically and the physical medium of the game. So a quote right out of the article is, "If we can learn to respect games for their own special qualities, then we can see games' true place in our ecosystem of artifacts." Whew, that's slick. "Games enable a distinct kind of communication. Every form of art lets us capture a different aspect of our experience and being. Paintings capture sights, music captures sounds, fiction captures stories, and games, Jack, it turns out, can capture and transmit different ways of being practical. Games are our technology for communicating modes of agency, and that's the name of his book. Games Agency is Art. That's what the article is talking about. That agency is this modal that you put yourself into to interact with the game. Brilliant dude, man. He is an associate professor of philosophy at the University of Utah. So I will definitely be purchasing his book. I collect gaming books. I love to read about this kind of stuff. Talk about this kind of stuff, obviously. Yeah. Any other closing thoughts, Jack, on this article?
Honestly, give it a read, and it also provides links to other like in-depth articles within the article. For example, one of it, the links is I call the arts of action, and if you click on the link, it goes even more in depth, and if you're looking for that, and if you want to just give you more information, even if you're not going to a game development but going to another creative industry, then this is a good read in general.
Smart guy. Thank you. So that is OAP blog. OAP is the Oxford University Press Academic Insights for Our Thinking World. Wow, we're quite scholarly this morning, Jack. What's that?
That's the reason why it was so smart at Akamai.
It was totally Akamai. All right. So those were some Jeff articles. So now we're going to transition into the articles that Jack selected for us this week. So starting with the first one, this is by Black PR Wire, and it is Black Lives Matter. Okay, hold on. Let me get this title for you all. HBCU Heroes host first ever virtual esports tournament for historically black colleges, universities on July 5th in conjunction with John Lewis Good Tribute Film. Call to action to increase student voter participation. What is this article about, Jack?
So it's basically like how we talk about in the Kiwi article, and especially with this Elysium. It's basically shaping the future in a way of positive change. So a lot of voters, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Liberal, whatever you may be, there is a disconnect in voting, in going into a poll and actually voting for someone or something that you believe in. And so to encourage the youth, especially in minority communities like Hawaiians, Native Americans, African Americans, all these communities, Latinos, basically you have organizations using gaming as a way of instituting positive change. No matter how you see it, whether you want them to vote Trump or vote for Biden or vote for your mayor, you won't have their vote if they're not going to go to the poll and they're not going to feel like their vote matter. So by doing these events and encouraging them, yeah, your vote will matter. It will always matter. It will only include a positive change, no matter what. And this event is also noteworthy because they're using a gaming event to help emphasize that positive change. And the game they chose is actually very much suited for that. A lot of people know NBA or football. A lot of people has like a general understanding for the game, and by using it as a competition, really allows not only gamers to showcase their skills, but now student athletes who may want to showcase their skills to another way. And I know lots of student athletes who play sports games, and by allowing this tournament to happen, it allows these student athletes to be like, okay, now I have another way to showcase my skills than on the court. Because many of these college and university campuses, like UH systems, has already banned sports leagues for the entire semester, this coming semester. So this is only going to help everyone in the end, no matter how you see it.
Love it. Love it. So this is a esports event that they're going to be
Yes.
competing in NBA Jam or something like that.
And
Okay.
the
Cool.
thing about it is that they're showcasing.
NBA 2K. Got
Yeah,
it.
they're using gaming as a positive change. That's our main thing. Second is that they're
Yeah.
trying to connect both generations, the older generation and the newer generation. Doubtless,
Got it.
who's going to be at the tournament? There's going to be football players and also doctors. There's going to be principals, and then there's going to be teachers. There's going to be coaches, and then there's going to be nerds. It's not going to be just one paper of class like, oh, this is academics. No, it's going to be a diverse crew, and just like every nation or every element to a tournament, it requires a lot of people. So I will highly recommend you just check it out. You don't have to support it, you don't have to read it, but just check it out and see how does the tournament go. If it was a flop, then hey, it's a flop. If
Don't jinx it, bro. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome. I feel like I say amazing too much. I gotta choose another.
I have very dark humor. I don't know.
All right. So check that out. Blackwire.com. Heroes hosts first ever virtual esports tournament for historically black colleges and universities on July 5th. It's coming up.
Yep.
All right. Last article for the day. Ooh, controversial one. This is another one from Jack, and it is by Polygon.com, one of the better articles. And did I just say that?
Yes, you just said that.
Sorry, a Portuguese thing just like blah, blah, blah. Well, I like Polygon. I like Polygon. Okay. A lot of people don't like Polygon. I like Polygon.
I mean, I don't.
All right. The U.S. Army is losing the war in Discord. Folks are trying to see how fast they can get banned by Polygon.com. Jack, what is this article about?
Okay, so if you haven't followed the news, Discord is about to transition over to be more open and be a more open platform, which I encourage. Like for these gaming companies, these companies that gotten their roots from gaming to spread out to other rings, because that means gaming in general will continue to grow and could continue to make a positive impact in all of our lives and won't be seen as this negative thing that it once was. Then the US Army came in and their official esports account decided the correct way of responding to this hearing about this is ooh woo followed by some heart emojis on Twitter. And so after that ever, I'm not too sure if it was from a lieutenant or a sergeant, whatever, it's on their official account. And because of that, a lot of gamers and some game developers took offense to it. And there is now a speedrunning game to see how fast could you get banned from the US Army's esports account on Discord. But the main reason why I want to bring this article up is the fact that why should the US Army have an esports team in the first place? It's not that I don't respect the soldiers or love them for what they do and try to do whatever I can for soldiers. My main concern is that they're using this account to target minors, not teens or adults. They're using this account to make and using text as it to target minors so that way you could be like, oh yeah, you could play games in the army. Oh yeah, we will sponsor you to be these esports guys. You want to play in Call of Duty? Sure. Just sign this contract. And that's where that's why I made this article. because I know the soldiers didn't did this. I know the team didn't did this. It must have came from high command or a lieutenant who thinks, oh yeah, let's get more recruits in, because they were having a struggle thanks to all of these epidemics and all of these crises that is currently happening. There is a correct way of doing recruitment and there's a wrong way. I leave you you can make your own opinions on that, whether the team should be a team and not do these like text or trail accounts, or they should take it out. I leave that to your opinion, but in this alone and the bashing they have been is very faithfully deserved, because who else would, if your son or daughter say, oh mom, I want to go join the US Army's esports team, would you allow them? Without a doubt. And if you would,
Wow.
then would you accept the risk that they'll be signing up for that contract? I signed up that contract, but they couldn't accept me for my health risk. Would you accept that? Will you accept that if they don't get in, they will have a sense of depression because for their lives they've been working for it?
Okay. Wow. I like the. I mean, that's some deep stuff there, but I really like the secondary game that they made to get like banned. Like post their types. That's pretty witty. Wow. Esports League. That's it's pretty horrible, guys. Just gonna say that.
That's all you're gonna say?
Yeah, I have nothing else to really say about it. I mean, yeah, you know my views on the military. Okay.
People for Democrat Republican views at the exact same time.
Okay, the U.S. Army is losing the war in Discord, Polygon.com. So that's going to do it for our articles of the day. We actually have a question that was sent in by Keith, so we'll answer it right now. We normally, you can send Jack. I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell everyone where they can send their questions to. Where can they send their questions to, Jack?
They could send it at TV Crafters. I messed up again, eh? At theboardstate@gmail.com or at Derek. Wait, no.
So just theboardstate@gmail.com. Yeah. I think the next episode I'll start by saying, hey Jack, where shouldn't they send their questions to? No, but see, the irony of this, I mean, we should just say it's Theory Crafters at this point, because the questions go to the Theory Crafters site. Yeah, they never go to. Well, we had a couple in the board state, but they for some reason it just goes to the Theory Crafters. Anyway,
good job, guys. Keep that.
Boardstate@gmail.com. Boardstate@gmail.com. All right, and the question's going to be, what's that?
You could sponsor us at www.thetheorycrafters.com.
Sponsorship.
No.
Okay.
By buying our products like the Depression Game or Holy, peace. We have families.
Okay. All right. Are you done marketing? Can we get on with the question here? Thank you, Jack. Maybe we should start the cast by you doing a public service announcement.
Be like me. Hello. Do you want to join the army? No? Okay, then buy our games.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
All
sorry.
Right.
Going to play local. I'm sorry.
The question is by Keith. Thank you for sending it this question, Keith. And the question is, do you think board game design is as popular as video game design? I'm loving this show and the new show format. Okay. What do you think, Jack? Is board game design more popular than video game design?
It depends on what you mean by that. If you want to say the audience reaction and care for the game, then yes, board game design is as popular. But overall appeal and what most people think as a game developer, video game, of course. And that's not gonna go away anytime soon. And I will honestly say game design in general is as popular and is becoming more stronger as the time goes by, because you could make ball games and then you could transition those same skills over and you could also then make a video game. Same vice versa. You could transition over from a video game and to make a amazing ball game. And sometimes those skills don't coalesce, and sometimes you'll be more proficient in board gaming or more proficient in video gaming. The real honest to, because popularity is like a figment of opinion, it's really up to you. I personally say both, not in my opinion, both are more popular than ever they are. Not
Huh.
really one, because you can't be have one without the other now.
All right. So I'm gonna put a little spin on that question and add my little 2 cents to it. So is video game design, are there more video game designers and upcoming video game designers than board game designers? That's a really tough one. So I don't think I think from a monetary standpoint, I think board game design is getting overshadowed by video game design. But there's far more board games that were released than video games by far. So technically, there is those games got to be made by somebody, right? So technically, those games are created by designers. So there's technically more game designers. I would say that as a medium, board gaming. Well, yeah, you know what? I think stupid mobile games. So I think because there's mobile game. That's stupid. Did I say stupid? I said that out loud again.
Now you have to beat that out. Hey guys, this is the board state.
I don't like
sale.
No, okay. So the thing with mobile gaming that irritates me, let's say irritating, is like my wife, for example. She'll say, "Oh, I'm not a gamer. I don't play games." Yet she can play mobile games on her phone and not consider that a game. And I guess that's part of the success of it, is that they don't see it stigmatized as like a game, right? Just because you're spending 3 minutes per hour, but for 10 hours, or whatever, like 10 minutes per hour, just quickly logging in and out. Yeah, so I wasn't accounting mobile platform. There's a bazillion games on mobile. So I think we are still, well, I'm saying that because I am primarily a analog or board game designer. I used to make video games and used to focus on that more. I just dig board games a lot more. I think it resonates more as well as a medium to interact with. So, but I think on the whole, video game design, there's way more video game designers than board game designers. I think, and this is just not, I'm not looking this up. I don't have stats to back this up. I would love somebody to throw some stats my way at theboardstate@gmail.com. Please, I would love to see some data on this very subject.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we will cover that as an individual article.
That'd be awesome, actually. Yeah, that'd be a cool, like, do a presentation. Actually, yeah, I've been thinking about that too, and that's something that one of my friends overseas that makes games was mentioning to me was like, we should do board state esque articles outside the board state and record it. So like on our reviewing books or something like that, like game design books or talking about mechanics. So that's something that, time willing.
If you are interested in that, or you want us to do interviews, send your recommendations and comments on either the comment or
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we're a little busy though. Okay. And then I just have one more thing just to mention this year. You know how like some kids dream about, I don't know, what do kids dream about now, Jack?
finding a job.
No, I mean, whatever grandiose plans you would have, I guess for adults, it would be to do as little as possible. Say that again, sorry?
Unrealistic plans, like, okay, we dream about unicorns, getting high all the time, having fun, going places, and don't have to deal with any politics whatsoever, including this virus, beep coronavirus.
Okay. So my dream, okay, let me just stop you there before you keep going. My dream has always been to attend the Spiel des Jahres. It's the Valhalla. No, Valhalla would indicate that these designers have died. It's the utopia of board gaming in terms of the games that you can acquire. There's some games that are only going to be there for that time in history, and you'll never see them again. So it is a board game convention in Essen, in the town of Essen in Germany, and they have the Academy Awards there, which is called the Essen Spiel. And yeah, it's my dream to go there one day. It's just so far away. It's a 20-hour flight or something. And this year they're going to be doing it virtually, as you can imagine, like everyone else is. So I just wanted to give a little shout out for that. If you want to attend virtually, you can do so. There's going to be vendors and designer talks and things like that, from what I imagine. And you can just Google Essen Spiel 2020, and the link will come up.
And it will also be on the show notes. So you don't want to do the hard work, don't worry, we got that covered.
Don't give Google any more money. Don't give Google any more money. Don't just click on our link. All right. That's going to do it for our show, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. We like talking about this stuff that we're very passionate about.
Thank you for my oracles.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
All right. Mahalo and thank you.